In these perilous times, see from current events how biblical prophecy is coming to pass in front of our eyes. You're watching In the Last Days, the program that looks at Israel and the end times with teaching from a Hebraic perspective. With Martin and Natalie Blackham, thank you to our friends and partners who make this program possible. Now, here's Martin and Natalie.
Hi, welcome to the In the Last Days television program with myself, Martin Blackham. Great to have you with us. This is the program that looks at Israel, looks at the news, we look at current events around the nation, and we've got a very special guest in the studio today. You're not going to want to miss any of this, and you're going to want to tell your friends to tune in. We've got Yoni Yagodovsky from Magen Adom, which is the emergency service and ambulance service for the state of Israel. Great to have you with us, Yoni.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming in again to the studio. We've had you before, but this is the first time we've had you in the studio recently, and certainly in the new studio. And thank you so much for coming over. We know that you're very busy.
Pleasure.
And great to have you with us. So we're going to first of all look at the news story, which is the Jerusalem Post featured the new command and control vehicle, which is the multi-million, it says here, the most technologically advanced command vehicle in the world.
Well, we are fortunate. We have dealt with dramatic disasters in Israel for a long time. And one of the issues that we have experienced was a very big fire at the Carmel Mountain. And due to strong winds, the fire was running all over the mountains, changing paths and so on. And on one occasion, it was threatening a very big on-ground joint command post of all the responding agencies. These places can be lifted up and down and within more than 4 hours. And we have realized that we need a rapid, a highly technological equipped truck that will be able to take over and command major events in Israel, and this is this new command and control, national command and control truck. We have 3 smaller ones that can run a region or so. This truck can run 2 or 3 regions at the same time. It was built in England by a very good company on a very heavy, kind of a 32-ton vehicle truck, with a huge generator, with satellite communication, fully independent cellular and landline abilities, in order to give us the long term of breath in commanding medical and national events in Israel. If something really bad will happen, like an earthquake that will demolish a lot of the infrastructure in Israel and cause severe communication and control and command and control abilities, and also other, what you call it, man-made disasters that will jeopardize our abilities to control and to run the organization for the long run, for days, from the existing command and control locations that are placed in 11 central buildings throughout the country.
Now, some people watching the program some of the viewers might say, can this take over everything, or is it only a supplement to the existing command and control of Magen Adom in the country? Now, Magen Adom, we ought to explain, because for those who've just joined us and are wondering what it is, Magen Adom is the National Medical and Ambulance Service for Israel.
Yes.
If they come to visit Israel, they might say, well, Yoni, we've seen other ambulances, we've seen Zakar or something like that, but they're not the national service, are they?
Yeah, Magen Adom, or the Red Shield of David, is the Israeli national statutory organization giving and the national response in ambulance services, both advanced life support and basic life support, volunteers, first responders. Overall, with the volunteers and the employees, and the volunteers are the wide majority, we have about 14,000 people all over the country. We also run the National Blood Services of the State of Israel. We are the Israeli Red Cross Society. We do training, humanitarian support within Israel. We do a lot of activities abroad in countries in need after disasters, or when they need additional training or to build up their capacities. And we are the national responding agency during national events in Israel, whether it's war, natural disasters, and so on. So even though we're non-governmental, we are a national statutory organization. There are other organizations in Israel. It's an open country. It's good to have a bit of competition. It's okay. But our duties, let's say, we cannot choose a patient. We have to be there every time, all over the country, rural areas, big cities, within minutes, and provide the service to anyone who needs us or calls us.
And if you're a tourist in Israel and you're coming over to visit Israel, they just need to dial 101 from their hotel or from, and they will
Let's say first, I hope they won't need us. Israel is a lovely country. The best thing is to walk around, see the sights, enjoy, and so on. But if somebody doesn't feel well, the number to call in medical emergencies is 101, and we will be there for them.
Now, coming back to the command and control vehicle, this isn't a national headquarters, a mobile national headquarters. Is it it's to supplement the system that's already there. Is that right?
Let's say that it can do both. We hope that we won't reach an extreme position or situation that the only thing that will really function fully will be this national command truck and 3 other regional command vehicles and some other local vehicles that we have. The idea is to give this, and the vehicle itself is built in a way that it can run events all over the country from one strategic location using all the communication means handy alongside and even assist if needed the police or the fire department, and to put up a national command post for the entire country or for designated events that are severe and are taking or let's say influencing big areas in Israel. In addition to the local or the regional dispatching centers that are based in our buildings, in our stations, or in our national command and control situation or situation room. But we have built it and equipped it to reach the maximum extreme potential events that we hope that we won't have to test in the near future.
Now, one of the important things as you're watching today is to realize that this was given as a result of donations. Magen David Adom is dependent on people making donations. It does have a very small amount by the Israeli government, but you really depend. That's why I'm coming on to my next point, which is the exciting developments of Christian Friends of Magen David Adom. And the command and control vehicle was as a result of donations. Am I right?
Yes. All our life-saving vehicles, our stations, our advanced high-tech equipment, both in the emergency medical system, the blood services, even in training, everything is funded by generous donations from all over the world. It's about 25% of our annual budget is based on donations, and it is all invested in the development of the services, including this very unique and advanced command and control truck. Christian Friends of Magen David Adom also have a very influential development in the fundraising abilities of Magen David Adom. We have several ambulances that have donated only during last year. We have additional medical equipment, and there's a growing awareness, both here in Israel from the activities done by Christian Friends in Israel and in other countries all over the world through our additional friend societies and Christian activists all over the world in, let's say, realizing the importance of Magen David Adom in the daily life of the State of Israel, and by that understanding the need and the ability to donate for the continuation and for the development of the services that we provide. And it is amazing. It is fantastic. It's giving not only us in Magen David Adom the feeling, but the entire people in Israel, that there are so many people who think about Israel, who think about the welfare of the people of Israel, and by donating also to Magen David Adom, are doing the best thing that anyone can do, but making sure that in time of need, Israelis will be treated well and will receive the best medical treatment that we can provide, both in the blood services and in our ambulance system.
Now, there's a website they can go to. They can go to the Christian Friends website, and we're going to be putting that on the screen, and we're going to have a quick look at the movie. They've recently shot a short video.
Very, very good one.
And we're going
one of the best that we have seen for years.
And you're going to be excited by this. This is hot off the press. Was made in Israel. Talking, and there's pastors on there. There's Christian leaders who say the importance of Magen and David. So let's go there straight away. Let's have a look at this movie, and we'll be right back in 1 minute.
You can bless Israel by supporting Magen David Adom in helping to save lives.
Magen David Adom is so vital in a country so small. Actually, in Israel, every day there's an emergency of one kind or another.
These people put themselves often in harm's way to save another life. And of course, as Christians, we believe in the saving of lives.
It's important that there be a preparation and that there always be a readiness to provide the care that is needed.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I'm so impressed with Magen David Adom. Their almost instant response to any situation.
Christians have an opportunity to help the Jewish people save lives.
I know as a Christian, Jesus, his purpose was to save lives.
Every man, every woman, every child is made in the image of God. Life is so valuable to God. It should be to us as well.
Magen David Adom is always there to put that arm around them and to minister to them both physically and emotionally.
I've got kids, I've got grandkids, and I think about my own children. And I'm so thankful that Magen David Adom is there for them to save their lives in a critical situation.
Your voice will go a long way in building relations and lifting Israel up.
Saving a life is about being our brother's keeper.
It's about making a difference.
It's all about having purpose.
It's about working together.
It's about choosing life rather than choosing death.
It's prayer in action.
We pray that you will support it and get behind it.
So we want to bless Israel in practical ways. And Magen David Adom is one of those organizations that deserves our support as Christians.
There are many ways that you can support Magen David Adom through Christian Friends of Magen David Adom.
We can give our time and energies. We can give our money.
And you can give blood.
You can come to Israel and participate in some of our saving operations.
There's an old saying in the Jewish world that if you save one life, you save the world.
Your support today is vital.
Join us in blessing Israel.
What an amazing movie that is. And if you'd like to support the work of Magen David Adom, then go straight to the website. We'll be putting the website on the screen so you can go onto it. And I believe that it's very easy to donate through PayPal. So go and visit that website now, and you can help the work of Magen David Adom. So an amazing movie. And not just that, but the work of Christian Friends of Magen David Adom is growing. And if you're watching today and you're from Nigeria, in Nigeria we were there and they've been giving ambulances from Nigeria, from the States, and from
South Africa.
So this is a work that's growing, and you can get involved with that. By the way, if you're interested in getting involved, we'll also be putting on the details of how you can contact the Christian Friends Society in Tel Aviv, and there'll be all the information on that. If you're watching and you think this is something I can really get my teeth into, something practical to help Israel. Now, one of the things that some of our viewers may be questioning and thinking about is this is very good, and the work of Magen David Adom is very important, but how is the relationship between Magen David Adom and the Arab community? And then I want to talk a bit about the experience of, I believe he's one of the volunteers, Mawai, and perhaps we can even get time to show a little bit of the movie that he's recently been in. But what's the relationship between the Arab communities and Magen David Adom?
Well, for me as an Israeli, it's kind of, I can understand the question, even though for me it's natural to have next to me at work Christians and Muslims and Jews doing shifts with me in the same ambulance or the other ambulance, because Magen David Adom is providing services to the entire Israeli community, to the entire Israeli communities, let's say, whether Jewish communities or Muslim or Christian or Druze or Cherkess or anything else throughout the country. We have stations in, let's say, non-Jewish communities, and we have employees and volunteers from the entire spectrum of the Israeli society. It is one of the very essential things that we have in the organization, knowing the fact that if we will have good trained medical people in each community, people will have a better chance of receiving better medical treatment if they need it. And this is what we are here for. So for, let's say, religious belief is not a factor in healthcare, no matter what. You can see it in the hospitals in Israel, in the public healthcare system, and of course in Magen David Adom. So it's within the roots of the organization to provide service to everybody by everyone.
Now you've got the very touching story of the volunteer Mawai, and we're going to have a quick look at a very short look at his story. And in particular, I think in the movie he talked about his experience with the Fogel family
Yes.
and responding. And one of the things that you have to do, which is an amazing feat in my opinion, is you go into a situation, you don't know if the terrorists are still there or what. You literally are, because Magen David Adom are first on the scene, or very often first responders, you don't know what you're going to face.
Well, about Mawia and many others of our Arabic employees and volunteers, Mawia is a chief paramedic, a very well trained one. He's in charge of 2 advanced life support stations, one in Rosh Hashanah and in Ariel. He's with Magen David Adom for many years. And in addition to his professional skills and humanitarian skills, he's pretty much of a hero, because he is taking personal risks while trying to reach and assist people and save the life of people. And the Fogel family massacre is one of these stories, and there are many others and you can see how much it is touching him on a personal basis, but does not encourage him to continue. He's a fantastic guy. He's one of many amazing people, and we are simply, as an organization, and let's say the people in Israel are really lucky to have this type of people in Magen David Adom, because without them, without their personal skills and big heart and determination and outstanding knowledge, and also their ability to dare and take personal risks, we would provide a little bit less of a higher standard of service.
And it's the Jewish people know that if and they affectionately call Magen David Adom Mada.
Yeah.
They know if Mada arrives, which was in the case in Bulgaria, where there was the terrorist attack. They know if Mada arrives, and they waited. They said we're waiting for. There they were in Europe, many miles away, but they waited for Mada to come because there's this connection. They know that they'll be safe, and
there is something that is pretty much engraved in the Israeli society, is to assist one another in need. And one of the things that the state of Israel has taken upon itself is to try and reach and assist every Israeli wherever he may be, or, if needed, any other person in the world that needs assistance. And after the terror attack in Bulgaria in August, that we knew about Israelis that were killed and badly injured in a very small tourist city. Magen David Adom took upon itself, we chartered 2 light airplanes with 16 paramedics and doctors, with a lot of medical equipment, and we flew over within a few hours, arriving to the airport, then arriving to the hospitals, assisting the local teams and working with the local medical teams in Bulgaria. From that, we've built wonderful working relationships with them because they are fantastic people.
And the Israeli people who were rescued, their reaction was unbelievable when they saw Mada there.
I remember, I heard it. I was in Israel. I was at the Situation Room at the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs that was, let's say, orchestrating the entire operations. And I was on the satellite phone with my Director General and his team. And we heard that the Israelis sitting at the terminal, those who were not hurt, and we were waiting for somebody to come by and begin the process of bringing them back, flying them back to Israel, saying, we knew that somebody will come and assist us. And you are like the angels that came to assist us, even though the Israeli ambassador arrived and worked really hard with a handful of people, coordinating everything domestically over there. They already, all of a sudden, began to see Israelis with Magen David Adom uniforms, with medical kits, that are speaking to them and checking them and making sure that they are okay. And at the same time, the bigger team was already on its way to the hospitals that provided excellent medical treatment to all the injured people and beginning to start the process to evacuate them. And early in the morning, on Israeli IDF airplanes with Israeli IDF medical teams, there was the kind of an aviation convoy back to Israel of all the injured and unfortunately also of a few people who died.
And the amazing thing was to see the newspapers here in Israel and the coverage of all of that, because it was very when something happens like that, everybody in the country seems to be moved and is watching the news and watching the coverage. Now we're going to try and squeeze in this bit of movie because it's so important with Muwei, and he's going to be telling us now a bit of his story. There are subtitles, but you're going to really enjoy this, and we think this is going to be very important for you.
נכנסתי לתוך הבית, ואז נחשפתי לזוועה. נכנסתי לחדר הראשון, ראיתי ילד קטן דקור בכל הגוף, ולא היה מה לעשות. עברתי לחדר השני, ראיתי עוד ילד דקור, שחוט, וכל המיטה שלו מלא אדם, וגם לא היה מה לעשות. ועברתי לעוד חדר, ומצאתי אבא, אמא, ותינוקת בת חודשיים, כולם דקורים, וגם לא היה מה לעשות. לא הצלחנו לעשות כלום. את הציוד כמו שירדנו איתו, נשאר ארוז. וראיתי את המשחקים, וכל המשחקים מגואלים בדם של ילדים קטנים. האבא מחזיק את התינוקת, בת חודשיים במיטה ושניהם הרוגים. כנראה בתנוחה שהוא ניסה כנראה לגונן עליה. חזרנו לתחנה. אני זוכר שחנינו בתחנה את האמבולנס. אני לא ירדתי מהאמבולנס, נשארתי עד סוף המשמרת. אולי כמה שעות ישבתי באמבולנס, חשבתי עם עצמי. שבא להחליף אותי בבוקר הפרמדיק, החליף אותי למעלה ואני ברחתי הביתה. איפה שאני נופל, אני מטפל, אני עושה את המקסימום. וחונכתי בארגון הזה, ולמדתי, והחינוך שהטמיעו בתוכי, זה לעשות את המקסימום. בסוף לא משנה מה יזרקו עלינו, בפעילויות טרור, קונבנציונלי, לא קונבנציונלי, אנחנו מוכנים לכל תרחיש.
Wow, that was so touching, his comments, and he was really moved. And if you'd like to see more of that movie of him sharing some of his experiences, then the link, we're going to put that on the screen, so you'll have that, all the information, and just go and visit that and see that. Well, it's been great to have you in the studio, Yoni.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything.
They're going to want to see you again, you realise that. It's been such an interesting program. There's so much we can talk about, the work of Magen David Adom and the important role that you play. And as Christians, it's a very important work that you too can be involved with, especially with Christian friends of Magen David Adom. And don't forget to visit their website, and there'll be all the information on how you can make a donation. And if you want to get more involved, then you can, and there'll be all the, I'm sure there's emails and all sorts of contacts on there to enable you to do that. So it's been great to be with you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And remember, we're living in the last days.
You've been watching In the Last Days, a TV program with Martin and Natalie Blackham, the program that looks at Israel and the end times with teaching from a Hebraic perspective. If you would like to financially support the program or find out about conferences, meetings or ministry products, then please contact us with the details on your screen. Visit our easy-to-use website at www.inthelastdays.com and register for our free e-newsletter. Get the latest news from Israel, product information, online video teaching, or watch today's TV program at a time that's convenient to you. Thank you again, friends and partners, for making this program possible.
See you same time, same station for the next program from In the Last Days.